Hello friends. So today we are going to be doing spring 25, 26, and 27 of year 1. Looks like I think we just unlocked the quest requirements for Lectonbury to allow the culture level to increase. I believe we need to get some... Yep, here it is. This is how you can tell that you've unlocked that lock point for the stores. Or for the... Well, yes, for the stores because we'll get more recipes, but also so that we can progress the culture level for the next village. So the harvest goddess comes and says, hey, it's doing better. Sometimes Doc says he wants to talk to you, but when you get there you don't get a cutscene. That usually just means that he increased his product line and there are more gems that you can cut from deeper in the mine that he was unable to cut before, or ores from other mines that he can now cut. Now I believe we have 3 of our ahi pokey. We are going to need 2 more. Oh, it's only got 2 in there. Looks like... I swear we had 1 that we earned from a request. But that's okay. We have 2 here. We can definitely cook these 2 up and catch 1 more if we need to get the other 3. But I think now we've got the restaurant open here, so we are going to get the jumbo grilled fish recipe so that we can go ahead and work on it as well. So I'm just going to slowly turn all of these open spots into more turnip seeds, because I want to build up quite a few of the hybrids if we can. So now we're out of those, we'll just throw in that onion. All right. So this spicy celery has a natural 1-hour defense against sleepiness. We have our first watermelon. Let's go ahead and take care of our animals. And we'll probably do some... Oh, we have our first milk from Daisy. Yeah, so it unlocks Lectonbury when we're able to get Nemo to move on to his traveling, which he does on the weekends now. We can get recipes, special items that we can purchase from him. They're all very expensive at this point, so unless we actually need them, there's no point in hunting him down. And he's not going to be out there right now anyway because it's Wednesday and he doesn't go out until like Sunday. Now, the fodder corn, I had heard a question where somebody was asking, how do I increase the stars to my fodder corn? Well, there's a couple of ways. You can fertilize it every single day using the base fertilizer, not compost, but the fertilizer that you can get from compost using this machine. That can increase its star level. The other thing that you can do is... if you look at your dock pad and we go over to the encyclopedia, you can see we have harvested 27 turnips, and that makes us ability newbie. That ability will increase, I believe, at 45. So at 45, we get a higher ability to get more star level base crops from them. It increases their stamina recovery per crop that we pull, and in the case of the fodder corn, it means that we can get more meals out of a fodder corn that has a star than those that don't. Now, out of all of these crops, because we harvest so many fodder corns so often, that's likely to be the first one that we're going to progress from the newbie into the intermediate. The advanced, I believe we have to harvest 500 times. And so that's going to be way unlevel if we get that far. Once we've hit so that it is intermediate rather than newbie, I'm just showing you some of the different crops that we've grown so far. Once we've hit intermediate, we can start attempting to grow some giant crops, which is definitely helpful when it comes to, you know what, maybe we'll hang on to a few eggs and we'll hang on to our milk just in case they are needed for things like recipes, requests, that type of thing. We can take these 2 daisies and pass them in. I keep hanging on to them on purpose to pass them in to Nemo, and I keep forgetting to do it. Alright, so now let's just make sure. So what we're waiting for on here is we have to go to the Great Pier on a clear night and try to fish out that clam again. That is the next step in Lilikala's upgrade. So this one will still be locked at level 3 even once we get the storyline, but once we can drop the wall, it's going to help a great deal. But before we do that, let's just go to some of these stores. This is going to be the general store, so we can get seeds here. Since this is just the first level stuff, we're going to be able to buy grass seeds and the basic stuff and nothing else. You can see they still have the dresser here if we need to grab things out of our inventory or put things away. What we really want to do though is let's go to the restaurant. I just wanted to show you that these this is similar to the flower shop in Lectonbury. Not all towns are going to have all of the same shops. See, this only has unlocked these 2. Once we get the full 2nd level of the star, which we're close to but not quite there, it will open up our first level of seeds, which are going to be the most common and easy to find at both the general store and at the flower shop. This is the restaurant right here. In the restaurant here, we're going to have recipes that are going to enable... Well, here's Brendan. He's the next traveler. He's got the backpack. So once we drop down the wall, he's going to be the one that we have to focus on. And here, we haven't even unlocked recipes yet. So we do need to unlock the jumbo grilled fish, which I believe is in the very first group of recipes once we've got that next star, which we're close to. There's that sliver right there. Here is the animals right here. In this animal shop, we can purchase the camel mount. It is useful in the desert. I believe it. Yeah, we can ride this in the desert without having a speed decrease. I don't think that that's worthwhile. There are mounts that we can tame wild for free that can do the same thing. There's some more cats, dogs. The petting restores a little stamina. Same type of chicken calf that we can get in Lectonbury, all of the same pricing for both of those. So this will just be where we have to go if we need to get emergency feed. Not that I think we'll have to worry about that. We've been very diligent in making sure that we keep our feed up. This is where we're going to be able to upgrade our fishing pole. Once we unlock Lilikala level 4, we'll unlock the master fishing pole. Not that it is necessary. It is nice because it makes catching fish a lot easier, and you can see all of the things that we could get originally from Doc Jr. open here, with a few exceptions like the sprinkler and the fence, which we do have to see Doc Jr. about. The last new shop, and it's not even really a shop. This is the fishing home for the girl who likes fishing. She's the one that's going to manage the fishing festival, so it's not a bad idea to get on her good side just so that you can unlock some of the baits. There's all kinds of recipes for bait. So that's what we're looking at here. Let's go ahead and go to Lectonbury, take care of our little farm plot, see how the village is doing, talk to Doc Jr., check and see what new recipes, new abilities, new items are going to be available in the shops. We had that little well in the middle of the plaza, and you can see it's gone now, but it will come back with higher level stars. I am unsure why they did it that way. Or rather, I think it was boxes that have now been cleared out and now it's empty. I believe we will get the well with the next update. The next star level, I should say. So here you can see we've unlocked the master hoe, the master watering can. Still can get the same size sprinkler, same fence. Here's a new one, titanium and platinum and Damascus steel. These are going to be more important later on as we unlock other villages. But now, since we've unlocked this, we can now get these cut from Doc Jr. for the titanium, platinum, and Damascus steel. That Damascus steel is going to be important for the next fall town, Herbsburg. And I believe we get it out of the mine there, as well as out of the Lilikala mine, which we should hopefully be opening up once we drop the Lilikala wall. We'll be able to reach that mine. You can see that third star is no longer blinking. Oh, I can show you. So let's pass in our daisies. We can take a look at the general store. It will open up a few more seed values, but the limits on how many that we can get are going to still be there. Oh, I guess we did pass it in at some point because it won't let us give him those daisies. But see, we have new seeds that are available here. The ink and lily seeds, we've never seen those before. I'm just going to buy one of them so that we can grow it. We've had plenty of tulip. I'm going to buy one of the pink rose seeds as well so we can grow it. The lotus seeds, they're going to be more important later on. So we will, if we have some plots open up in the springtime, we can go ahead and grow them just so that it shows that we've got them in our encyclopedia. We can search for the seeds in some of the higher level areas. Hopefully we can find them for free. But there are some seeds that are more difficult to gather, and those are going to be the seeds that we're going to need for some of the more higher grade recipes. See, now we can get turnip seeds, asparagus seeds, cabbage seeds, celery, carrot, Savoy spinach seeds, San Marzano seeds, and all of these seeds, like the green pea seeds, which we don't have here in Lilikala, we can buy one of each of them and then put them right in our storage. I think we're getting full. I want to throw some in the storage really quick. Just so that we can search for them. Like, we don't need that there. We may want to grow some of these. We don't have to grow those because we've been able to harvest them. So let's get the asparagus, and then I think we will now be able to search for them on our map. They are going to pop up in areas that we've already unlocked. So for example, green pea seeds and Savoy spinach seeds, San Marzano seeds, and I don't remember what the third, asparagus, which is going to be up at the top. Sorry, I was having brain problems there. So see, you can see some of them have popped up in areas that are locked. We haven't found some of the seed areas because you can see that little crumbly thing. That's the Lilikala wall. Once that comes down, we can explore all those areas. There is a way to get into this area if we want to, but none of the seeds are there. So the only way we can get it this early for those other tier seeds, like this Savoy spinach seed, unless we can unlock bridges, which I don't think we're quite where we'd be able to get all of the options for it. We could probably get some of these seeds, but that's a very quick way just to get them on our docket so that we can start searching for them. We do not need them right now. We might as well grow one of each just so that they are in our encyclopedia though. And that's one reason why I wanted to come in here to show you just unlocking that third star. You don't have to go into the fourth star, but unlocking that third star and getting that cutscene makes it so that we can open up a lot more options when it comes to the seeds, the processing of ores. Here in the animal shop, we can now get new animals. We can get a lamb, which, you know, we can tame a sheep, so that's not necessarily a large, important issue. But now we can get, without having to tame it, we can get a budgie, the Netherland dwarf rabbit. These ones here we can catch in the wild. But it's increasing. Once we get our next star unlocked, which it doesn't have a hard lock on the needing to do certain quests, it actually is fine with some of the quests that are already completed, just trying to get to this point. The rest of it is just shipping, talking to people, completing requests. And the shipping only counts if we had our farm here. So depending on if we run into a situation where we're going to need something that is locked, and we can't get it any other way. Oh, we have a romance scenario here. So we've got Neil to the point where he's at 2 full notes, which gives us his second scene. This time he actually gets to sit down and eat with us, doesn't get interrupted by the lunch rush. I don't know what the options are for that one that are the best option. I generally just go with what I consider kind. I'm sure I could look it up and find the best option, but I think that's staying true to what I would say. Today is the 20% off, so today is the day we're going to spend some money getting some of these recipes. So this hard cheese recipe is going to be important later on. Not as important right now, but we're going to buy it because it's on sale. So here's some of the other things that have opened up. The mushroom stew recipe, cafe latte recipe, tomato juice. Tomato juice might be useful. Cherry juice probably would be more useful if we had more cherry trees that were more common in the areas that we travel. All of these will be, because they're only giving the 2 hearts, with exception of maybe the tomato pasta, depending on what's required to make it, not necessarily going to be worth the investment. So here, we'll buy the tomato pasta recipe just to see if it's worth it, and then we'll get the tomato juice and the cherry juice. And the reason why we like the juices is because if we go into hot areas, this will be our first couple of recipes that we can use to cool down and not have that additional stamina decrease. We wanted to pile it on today because they have the recipes at a 20% discount, which is the best discount we can get those at. I do like talking to Judy when she looks like she needs a favor. Sometimes we can get milk. Not today. She wants gold, which will be something that we probably ought to look into getting, because we do need to go into the mine and gather some more silver so that we can get our sprinklers all set up here the way that we want. Looks like we've got a carrot done today, so we can start planting some of these new seeds and try to flesh out some of our encyclopedia options. Since we planted all of the tomato plants that we needed for Lilikala, I wanted to get that tomato juice recipe, because once we cross into the other side of Lilikala, there is that big volcano, and traveling in that area, because it is so hot, has the stamina debuff unless you have something with that cold indicator on it. There we go. So it looks like I'm not bothering to water the grass. The grass should grow without being watered at this point. But let's go ahead and grab that fodder seed, just so that we've got it in our pockets for the next time we have a spot open. We're doing pretty well on our fodder. We could probably start opening up this breezy plains area if we get a few more sprinklers so that everything's more automated everywhere else. I don't want to go into the mine right now because I tend to stay down there too late, and we want to make sure that we get, I think maybe what we'll do is we will catch some minor fish. Maybe we'll go try for that last tuna that we need. And maybe some of the jumbo tuna or jumbo fish. And we'll just sell any of the ones that are valuable enough. See if we can replace that 2-star tuna with a lesser tuna. Now, if we had a lot of 2-star tuna and we were going to put in the request with a multiple star meal item, it can increase the reward for it, but it is not that big of a concern at this point. I do like fishing off of here until we get all of the We need 5 total ahi poke, and we need 5 total grilled jumbo fish. Which, by staying here until we unlock the next... oh, I forgot bait. Well, let me just show you how hard it is to try to catch one of these without any bait. We have to leave it way back there where it can maybe catch their attention. And the only time that we can buy bait just with coins and not needing like mussels and stuff is if we... Yeah, see, we can't even get their attention. So, let's go pick up some bait. What we're going to need to do, though, is when the fish festival is opened, we can buy a bunch of bait with just money without needing other fish or mussels or clams or whatever. Well, I don't remember what's open this early in the game for the bait. So what we will do is grab all of our clams and items, and we'll go see what the workshop in Lectonbury has. I think those are too valuable. The geoduck we might be able to turn into one. All of our fish are too big, except the sardines. We're keeping those because Aolani likes to request them once we finish the next request. It's good to warp when you have your horse on there, unless you like whistling and then waiting to see how long it takes for the horse to show up. I just like taking it with me. It's so much easier. It saves you just that little bit and makes you just that tiny bit more efficient, which is important with how quickly the days pass by here. Now, I'm not going to bother buying any level 2 bait. I would maybe if we were hunting golden carp, and those are large fish that sparkle, but we don't need it. Did I not bring mussel? Did I run out of room? Oh, razor clams. Yep, that's the problem. I grabbed the wrong things. So, we may have... Yeah, that needs 2, even for that. We may have to go back to Lilikala to see... I don't think that we've unlocked any of the fishing bait at the Lilikala. So we'll probably have to fish smaller fish for now. And then after 8 p.m., since it is a clear day, we will try fishing off the edge, and hopefully we'll catch the pearl that we need. I think he only, yeah. I was pretty sure he doesn't have the bait opened yet, but I wanted to double check. We will have to wait. We don't have anything for the recipes for bait right now. But we can go to one of these smaller fish areas and fish without bait. Poor hungry horse. And I didn't even pack him a lunch. He loves turnips. Yeah, we've already got a small fish here. Just gotta hook it, make sure we're fighting to get the big waves. tire it out. Press A only when he's resting. And now we have a goby that we can sell. Yeah, you can tell there's a big difference between using bait and not using bait. Well, we are almost to that time, so we might as well get ourselves over to the Great Pier to see if we can catch the shellfish to get one of the pearls. Once we get the pearl that's necessary, that will be clearing this bottleneck and we'll have to start on the harder one. And here's another cutscene. Now that we've completed our cutscene, or gotten the pearl, that means that we have a few more things we have to do to restore the power to the sprite over Lilikala. I believe we have to have a luau type of party. And our two romance partners, or romanceable partners, decide to show up and fish with us. I love the shooting stars in the night sky. Not realistic, but they're fun, and this is a magical place, so why not? This is the other reason why I didn't want to mine today, because once we get the wall down, that means that the mine for this area unlocks, and it's much easier to get silver out of that mine in lower levels, from what I remember. It's been a while since I've needed silver. Where I live, we don't have a lot of beaches, so this luau type of party isn't something easy to come across unless you want to do it out in the desert or something. More camping type of outdoor gatherings or backyard barbecues. Not bad that we have dropped 2 of the walls before we've even finished spring first year. I love how it's called Pearl of the Full Moon, but it was definitely not full. So now, maybe for tomorrow, we will go mining in the Lilikala mine. And you will see why I generally don't get all the way down in the depths of the Lectonbury mine. I should. Once we get our stamina up, maybe I will just do a mining day in Lectonbury mine just to see how well it goes. Let's take our horse and put him to bed. And he will eat in the morning, and then after we do our farming tomorrow, we can mine to try to get some more sprinklers going, or we can fish to try to catch those tuna. I think I want to wait on the fishing until I get some more bait, which isn't necessarily required because once we open up the requests, we'll be able to get some of it that way as well. Let's go ahead. Actually, I want to know where that one is, so we will keep it in our pockets for now. There are some in here that we could start growing as well. Maybe we should focus on getting some more sprinklers so we can open up another. I say a 9 patch because it's 9 squares across, but really it's only 8 crops that keeps watered with the beginning level. So we probably should focus on getting maybe a couple more for Lilikala and maybe one more for Lectonbury until we can open up larger sprinklers. Now Lilikala seems to be doing better. We should have the recipes I was looking for yesterday opened up today. The mine's going to be open, so we're going to head that way so that we can open up that warp point. We will now have more seeds available. They will be the more common seeds that we can find from the wisps. So I'm not going to bother with those until we open up the third star a little more. So we did complete our second star here. Now we could... Today was a big harvest day, so we definitely should plant another fodder corn. Maybe we will try some of the seeds we just have in our pockets just for sake of getting them out, but only the ones that need to be watered. Oh, there we go. All right. Now, here's going to be what happens every time you unlock a cultural level, and we happen to do 2 at once, so we're going to have a lot of letters. 22 it looks like. So here is Frederica. She's from the Lectonbury General Shop. I guess they call it the tool shop. But they have new items. We already saw them yesterday. Same with the flower shop. The animal shop in Lectonbury now has sheep. The restaurant has the new recipes. We've already bought some. But now, here in the tool shop in Lilikala, we can take a look and see what bait we've opened up. And that will help us to catch out. So, this is Reese. She's actually in the flower shop in Lilikala, even though she looks very much like Frederica from Lectonbury. So, you have to be careful reading the names to know which place that they're coming from. So there's where the restaurant shows us they have the recipes now in Lilikala. And we're going to start getting our requests here. Those anchovy, we're not going to be able to reach them right now. It's going to require a lot of bridges that we don't have the ability right now to make. We probably could get fairly close to it, but it's not going to be open until summer anyway. So here is Nemo's telling us that he found new crops. This is going to be because he can now travel. We do get these free seeds from him, which allows us to track them as well in areas that they're available. Having the fish allows us the same thing. We don't need this fish in here. We are going to need the space though. And if we need to catch it, we can now track it. So we might as well sell them. And we're going to need the space in case we have eggs or milk today. It is nice having a cow so that we can come up with our own dairy, but we're still going to be relying on Judy to give us some milk because that butter request is going to be for every traveler in 3 of the towns. The one town without a traveler is going to have food requests, but not the ones to send the traveler out. Alright, so we've got those taken care of. Sorry. Let's go to Lectonbury. We can peek in on Doc Jr. just to see if he has the new recipe for the sprinkler, but I think we're going to have to wait in Lectonbury to unlock another star level before we get the next higher level sprinkler. We can now upgrade our house and our barn. There are 2 house upgrades and 2 barn upgrades. We now can get Lilikala or Lectonbury style bed, a new color fence, which doesn't make anything different, it's just a different color. I'm partial to the white fence compared to the brown. We do have some more this tanzanite that he can open. We've got a few more gems that we haven't seen yet. There is a different type of cow that we can unlock called a Jersey cow. Its milk is worth a lot more, and I would like to eventually get it, but it's not necessary. Oh, we need to go empty our pockets. So let's oh, okay, that one's ready to pick too. Let's go ahead and run back to one of the stores just so that we can put all of this away and we can pick some more of our produce. And it doesn't really matter which store we go to, as long as it's got the cabinet right here. I should have done this when we were looking at the other ones. Now, I do want to go and in Lilikala buy the recipes that we need. So we'll go look at that now that they're unlocked. But let's take care of our farm really quick and then we'll be free for the rest of our day. Black potato seeds, huh? So some of these new ones are going to be because the DLC enabled today. I haven't seen some of these, and that's just because I have all of the DLCs. You may not get these new fish and these new seeds, and that is unless you've paid to have the season pass like I did. If all you want is the new recipes, the new seeds, the new crops, then you do not need to oh, it looks like we've got several compost that we forgot to go put into fertilizer. So let's go do that real quick, and then you can see we've already unlocked a blue exclamation point here in Lilikala. That is going to be Brendan. He wants to travel as well. So this is where we're going to get the request for the fish that we've been working to try to earn. And I think in the workshop we should be able to get some new bait too. So this is unlocking the Big Fish Festival. And here's where we need 5 ahi poke, 5 jumbo grilled fish, and 10 board lumber. He has another request. We might as well pick it up at the same time. He just wants coffee. We can give that right to him, and he'll give us some small grilled fish. I'm not sure why it's still asking for help, but hey. Maybe we will walk around the thing to see if it opens up. So here we've got pineapple, coconut, peach. The pineapple, or the coconut, is probably a good one, but we need jumbo grilled fish right there, so we're going to get that right now. And then the coconut milk is usually my go-to when I need to explore in a desert area until we've opened up more of the recipes. So I think he just got froze on the help me. We have all of his requests. Oh, it looks like for some... Oh, I think that's just because we're tracking it. But we now have the jumbo grilled fish part of the recipe. So let me show you a little trick about doing the recipes in your cooking. There's always people who are complaining that they need Dorado, and you absolutely do not need Dorado. Let me show you what I mean. So right here we're going to do, see, we could make the tomato juice right here since we have tomatoes in our pockets, but this jumbo grilled fish, see how it needs a Dorado? What we're going to do is, since it's got the switch icon in the corner, we're going to click on that. We'll click on the Dorado, which we've never caught, and we could waste our tuna, which we really shouldn't, but instead we will use the sea bass, which means since we have two of the same type, we can cook two on the same burner, and they will start cooking on their own. Now, for that ahi poke, we might as well cook this one in here and let that start cooking as well. That will be good when we are in the mines. It's not required for anything. I'm going to take out a couple of those too to make more feed. And if you look, this is a small grilled fish, but we got it for free. It's 1 heart. We could sell it, but I mean, we got it for free. It's not going to be worth much because it is just for a small fish, but here, I'll take it with me so that you can see. A sardine is a equal small fish that you can cook into the small grilled fish meal, just so you can see the difference. Alright, so if we were to sell this small grilled fish, which now I'm worried about selling these because they're the new fish, it's 66. The sardine itself is 110. So it's a net loss, turning a sardine into a small grilled fish, which is why we're just going to use it for stamina. Okay, so I think we're good for the farm stuff. Let's go check in. Oh, well, we can, since the tool shop here doesn't have a cabinet, rather than going back in, we'll just run in here really quick. This should have opened up some of the new flowers for it too. I'm just hoping that we can get some bait here so that we can get the rest of our tuna. As we get requests and start to complete them, they'll start handing us free bait, which we can use just fulfilling the daily requests to catch the tuna. And we're not really going to catch anything today. I just wanted to hopefully get us some place where we can get some bait. This moonstone, remember that this moonstone is here because it's going to be important in... There we go. So if we had a third clam, we could get one bait with 10. Here's the razor clam one. We might as well say get 5. That's one reason why I hang on to those, is so that we can buy bait. Now we're not fishing today, but hey, now we've got bait. We can get all of the tuna that we need just from picking up those clams on the ground as we ride over them. And now that the wallet is gone, we can travel over here. There's some more brown horses. And here's the Lilikala mine. We're just going to touch this goddess statue really quick. It opens up here. We've got a warp point to it now. But hey, since the bananas are right here, we might as well pick a few of them. Free food. When we're about to go into a mine is always a good idea. And you've got these 4 banana trees that are all very close to the mine. So if you decide you need to go to the mine but forgot food, this is going to be one of the easier ones where you can just go here, pick all of the bananas, go inside. I might as well grab his seed since I'm right here anyway. With how long the previous day was, I think after today, I'm going to call it good, and we'll do the 27th, 28th, and 29th tomorrow, just because those cutscenes took a lot of time, and I prefer to keep these right around an hour. So we've already got our way down. Here's some iron ore. Oh, this is the very first place where we can start getting pits. Now, when you fall down a pit, you'll want to make sure that you have stuff to eat because it will take your stamina very quickly. And when you fall, you are no longer in an area that has... Oh, there's our first titanium ore. That was on just the 2nd level here. And remember, if you forget where you're at, just pull up your map, hover it, and it looks like we dropped 2 mine levels. So we're in B3. Got our first one there. So glass, not necessarily that important anymore. But when you fall, you don't fall in the same room. That's what a pit looks like, so you don't want to walk over it unless you're intentionally trying to go down. But here's an easier way to get down without causing yourself any damage. Before in the Lectonbury mine, we would ignore the ones in the hallways because they were never the way down. We may hit the ones in the Lilikala mine just so that we don't accidentally fall down a pit. Because as you can see, they're fairly common, so you're going to have to... Oh, here's a silver right here. And that's one of the ones that we're trying to gather up here. Right now I'm just trying to get a little deeper in here so that we can open up some of the more useful nodes. I'm not going to bother hitting that all the way to see what's underneath it, because it could just be a pit. We don't need glass that much. It is useful, but we're not going to really have useful nodes on the first 10 floors, so that's pretty common. You can see that the complexity of these caves are quite more here in Lilikala than they were in Lectonbury mine. And you have to be a lot more careful because of the pits. Since we're not that far down in here, we're not going to get decent options. Oh. And we could just eat the bananas too. I need to slow down so that I'm paying attention. I'm used to playing on my regular playthrough and I have a lot more stamina. But I need to hit at a slower rhythm so that I can react when I get a exclamation point above my head. Since we are doing just the rush to get far down as we can, the next level is the one that will be the fishing pond level. Oh. Since we found the way down, we can check and see if there's any good fish in there. Sometimes there are. I'll show you. This is a golden fish. We do have a bait, so maybe we will go ahead and try to catch it. I don't know. I might get just a bunch of smaller fish, but if we can catch that golden fish, it'll be definitely worth it. And we've got our first crucian carp. I probably shouldn't be wasting the bait that we work so hard on in order to try to catch our tuna. But if we can catch that golden carp, that will be enough for one of the sprinklers. I maybe should have fished without bait in the middle, but I was afraid since the bag is full. Since we will just be using these for money. And if I can catch that golden carp, I'll be super excited. The problem is, in the middle of these ponds, they never come close to the edges unless you have bait. So we just happen to have bait, and we happen to have a golden carp here. Oh, it looks like we caught its attention. You can see it's very strong. So even pulling it in close, it is still very difficult to catch. Well, you can see why it can be a challenge to catch those. But they are worth a lot of money. I believe a 0-star one is over 5, or over 4,000 gold to sell. And right now, we don't necessarily need to go farther. I just wanted to get the first 10 down so we have our work point. And we do have a few more bait, so we can try to catch our tuna later. But let's warp home, put our horse in his barn, and call that a night. I think overall we did pretty good taking down the Lilikala wall. And we've already got a good head start on our ahi poke and our jumbo grilled fish. And we even got a silver, so we can start working on getting another sprinkler. So thank you for watching. If you got anything from this walkthrough, please feel free to like the walkthrough so I know that I did good on this one. You feel free to subscribe if you want to know when the next part of the walkthrough comes out. And we'll probably be focusing on the ahi poke and the jumbo grilled fish so that we can get Brendan on his way. That'll be our next major goal. But now that we have the wall torn down, we may branch out into the next village after we do the first part of Brendan's quest. So tell me what you guys think about that plan. If you have opinions about it, I'd be all ears. Have a great day.